What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video we have to talk about a lot of leaks for Chapter 6 Season 3 that Epic Games accidentally added to the API themselves. So in this video we'll be talking about new NPCs, new gimmicks on the island similar to the Star Destroyer bombardment we had this season. We'll be talking about new weapons, and of course all of the POIs for Chapter 6 Season 3. So if you don't want to hear leaks and news about that information, feel free to click off the video now. With that said, some people might be wondering how is it that this season has been leaked so much, and to kind of explain that, to go into yesterday's video, they added stuff to their actual API by complete accident because of how they had things scheduled for the future, causing us to be able to see all of these different changes before they were supposed to actually happen. And all it really did was confirm a lot of the insider rumors and leaks we had heard recently, because there has been a lot of those. Like, honestly, everything you could think of for not just this season but future seasons and all that type of stuff have been leaked time and time again already by different type of insiders here and there, and some people had some doubt that any of it was real. But with this extra information we're getting, it now seems like, yeah, all of those bits and pieces of information are actually true and factual, and they're only becoming more true as we get more info. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive into all of the new items. Now keep in mind there's certain things that I won't be able to fully understand if they're like a specific type of weapon, if they're a specific type of gameplay feature, but there are some items that I am able to fully understand and share with you guys. So to start us off, let's go ahead and talk about the base boost. This is a new item set to come to the season, and I think it's going to work similarly to the boomboxes we had before, where, you know, it's going to be a superhero ability instead of a boombox that you place down that will actually destroy structures and things nearby with music, right? You know, it just kind of makes sense because of the naming. We have a dash sprite, which is a new version of those little sprites, you know, the wind and slurp one that we have on the island right now, the little guys you can throw around or whatever. There's going to be one that's going to basically give you the dash berry or effect or whatever we'll call this. I'm trying to remember the name actually. Okay, yeah, the effect that you would get from stuff like slap juice. That was what I was looking for. We have a new DMR being the Deadeye DMR. We have an enhanced spire rifle returning to the game, which is very interesting to see because we haven't really seen that whole entire season, you know, with the spire items and all the type of stuff in a long time. So it could be the original spire that we had all the way back in the day returning to the Fortnite Battle Royale island with a new system or gimmick or way to fix itself into the Fortnite storyline. But that is a pretty interesting thing that they actually have added here, and since it's enhanced, that means that it's going to be an exotic version of the spire rifle, with the normal spire rifle being in the loot pool that you'll be able to find from chests, boxes, all that type of stuff. We also have the hyperburst pistol. We have kill switch revolvers, which makes me think that kill switch is actually a new character because these specific naming things are mainly for, you know, exotic items here and there, mythics, that type of stuff. We have ourselves Core's Deadeye DMR, meaning that the Core skin will be getting a remix with this season, or at least will be returning as some sort of NPC on the island. We have Crypto Treats, which is going to be an actual consumable item that apparently you'll be able to feed to Crypto as a companion. Now, Crypto is from the Superman universe, is basically Superman's dog in a way, and we've been hearing leaks and news here and there about companions coming to the game, which is a revised version of the pet system that we had before. So it would make sense if Crypto, the dog, actually ends up becoming one of these first companions that follows you around, and you're able to use these treats in order to kind of, you know, give a little buff or something to your companion. However that would actually work in a battle royale game, I'm not too for sure, but I guess only time will actually tell. There's also a chance that it could just be like a little dog that you find in game and it's not actually a companion, a character that you can have in your account or whatever, but we have to wait and see considering we've had all those companion leaks over and over recently. But next up we have Mist Gauntlets, which are a new version of gauntlets that you'll be able to use, similar to like the Nitro Fist and all that type of stuff. I'm not for sure how these ones will actually have an effect on the island. I know we have like the whole entire Stormbreaker themed skin and everything and stuff with the storm, so maybe it has some effect on the storm when you have the gauntlets activated. Maybe you can give people storm sickness or something, who knows, but we mainly have the names to go off of. We have the normal spire rifle. We have a Superman version of those little sprite guys that we already talked about. Now this one, I'm not for sure how the Superman version is going to work. Maybe it's going to be able to give you a chance to fly around for a little bit, maybe it gives you some other ability, who actually knows, but it is interesting to see these little sprites getting getting new versions. We have the tracking visor, which is an interesting new add-on. From how I'm understanding it, it'll be a visor similar to like the binoculars in Lego Fortnite, where you'll be able to look at people from a distance and actually mark them for your team, similar to the whole like shakedown system and all that type of stuff before. We have a few unstable exotic weapons, being the unstable Frostfire shotgun, the unstable voltage burst pistol, and the unstable yoink shotgun, and all of these have their own little special effects. I'm not sure how any of them are going to work, but it does seem interesting that we've got Frostfire, so you know, something with like fire and ice. We've got voltage burst, which definitely sounds like electricity in some way, and then a yoink shotgun, which makes me think that it's going to be something where you're able to shoot at someone and maybe the shotgun brings that player closer to you or something, or maybe you can shoot at items and it brings the item closer. Who actually knows, but that is a thing coming to the game. And then we have the wing shot grappler as well. Not for sure how that one's going to work either, but of course a new item in the game, which is pretty interesting to see. In terms of the POIs for Chapter 6 Season 3, something I should mention is that all the Star Wars POIs we currently have are just going to get reverted with the next season, right? It's basically going to act like it never even happened, or maybe, you know, there's some storyline thing with the live event later today that kind of explains it, but these are set to be the Chapter 6 Season 3 POIs, except for the ones that, you know, didn't receive any changes at all. We have Demon's Domain, Demon's Dojo, Hopeful Heights, Shogun Solitude, Supernova Academy, Utopia City, and Whiffy Wharf. Now, a lot of these are the older locations coming back to the game, you know, reverting from the Star Wars stuff like Demon's Domain, Whiffy Wharf, all that type of stuff, but it is interesting to see the new ones being like Utopia City and Supernova Academy. In terms of new NPCs for this season, however, we have Daigo, Heavy Demon Guards, Light Demon Guards, we have Core, we have a Scout Spire, a Spire Spike NPC, and an Overlord Spire NPC. So a lot of stuff relating to the whole entire Spire theme that we've mentioned from a previous Battle Royale season appears to be going into effect with this new season. So while we have the superhero theme going on, we also have the return of some old Fortnite characters and gimmicks and stuff here and there, especially with Core and Daigo both having some part in this new season. And then finally, we have a section for gameplay mechanics, and in that we have Academy Stands, Academy Tech Labs, Dash Sprites, and Superman Sprites, both of those we had already talked about. But then we have Hero Caches, which work similarly to the other caches we've seen before, like the 7 caches and everything else, where it's like just a chest you could open in a way that has specific themed items in it. I mean, a way to think about it is like the Avengers caches from that one Marvel theme season recently. You open it, you have a high chance of getting an Avengers item. However, in this case, you have a high chance of getting like a Superman item or a superhero ability, but then we also have hero ranking. Not for sure how hero ranking is going to work, however, one of the recent teasers for the new season has been S tier, and One Punch Man is set to come to the game very soon, so hero ranking would just kind of match into that One Punch Man collaboration because of the fact that One Punch Man kind of has a huge focus on hero ranking. But overall, a lot of stuff being focused on superheroes, you know, Superman, Superhero Academy, even One Punch Man with the hero ranking and stuff like that. And of course, we've had leaks and rumors about One Punch Man already, but it also does mean that there's a chance a lot of the other leaks we've gotten recently are actually true as well, because of the fact that this information that kind of just got added to the files, or I guess, you know, to the API by Epic Games early, quite literally almost one-to-ones most of the recent leaks we have gotten, meaning that there's a chance that if this is true, a lot of the other stuff that has been leaked based on text, you know, posts online or whatever else, such as upcoming mini seasons, upcoming full seasons, and the start of Chapter 7, could most likely be true, and it could mean that this is the 2025 version of the roadmap leak we had last year. But with that said, hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Hope you're excited for the brand new season, and if you are, consider using code FireMonkey in the item shop, or when you're buying the battle passes, support me, hashtag ad, epic partner, all that stuff. And until tomorrow, I'll catch you guys a little bit later with another upload where we'll either be showcasing the live event, or I'll just do a normal showcase of the new cosmetics added in the update. So until then, peace out.